In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
Welcome to Chaotic Amateurs, the internet's #1 D&D 5e play podcast. I'm your host and DM, Alex, and with me I have...
Oh, Dash Thragus!
Bentley Michaels is Riferian Night Meadow.
Red is Arthur.
Caleb is Scory Telbrun.
And Milo is Ball.
And last we left our adventurers, they had just began their trek from the Tower of Chaos, camping underneath a nice rock, checking on their prisoners, and heading out for the next day. They have stumbled across some sort of silvery ruin. Let the adventure begin. All right, if you guys don't remember, the horses have broken apart to this fragile clay shell that was encompassing a old ruin that seems similarly made to the tower you were just at. Same kind of stonework and runic markings on it. It's these three like claws that come up to a center, and underneath them is a small platform.
This seems worth investigating.
We ignore it and go around it.
On the side of it, you see that oddly leaf-shaped kind of cage cocoon thing.
Crag. Where are we?
We're about here. I can't tell you really where we are. I can tell you where we are in reference to something.
Weren't we on our way back to see Tiernan?
That's why I'm trying to go back to the outpost. Yeah,
Did you not go the same way that we came?
No, I think this is going to get there faster. It's tough to navigate this terrain. There is just curves and stuff everywhere.
Maybe we shouldn't take shortcuts. How about
got
that?
really turned around too when we were trying to get to the Tower of Chaos. So
Does anyone have a map?
I mean, I've got some notes, but they're not worth anything now.
Oh wait, I remember. I have this really cool topographic map that pulls up on a disc.
Oh, perfect. Pull it up.
You pull that out, and you see
Pull it out.
kind of this 5 to 10 mile area around where you guys are. And you kind of take a look, and it's all these kind of hills and curves in the pathways. And now that you've gotten out this far, and you're seeing kind of from above, you see that a lot of these curves just curve in onto themselves. And if you don't take the right kind of path, you are just going to get lost in circles. You do notice that there are some paths that diverge from here. If you want to use this to continue, I need an investigation check on this, and Crag will roll a survival.
Got it.
Do you want to do the investigation?
I'll give myself guidance. Scory,
Yeah.
you want to give Crag guidance?
Yeah, I would love to.
It'd be just easier if you had two characters, Milo.
I got a 20.
Using this, you guys can find an easy way to kind of get through some of this terrain. There are these... You notice kind of every few miles there's these little hooks that go in, and you find this first one, and it goes down underneath what you thought was a hill, but it has been carved out. And you go underneath, and it's just a secret little passageway, and you are on a whole different terrain, and it is this kind of flat desert with odd scrub trees ever so often. It looks like this is very useful in finding the path. You spend the day the rest of the day trying to find a campsite, and you make camp.
Oh, no, I wanted to investigate that place. I wasn't ready to leave.
Well, why'd you make the investigation check on this thing then?
Well, because you said to just investigate it. I didn't want to leave.
I said to use this to move forward.
Well, I was
Okay,
thinking,
so let's.
like, if
Okay,
we were
sorry,
going to leave,
sorry then. I
would
wasn't
do that.
clear. You can find a path with those checks.
Yeah,
If
that's
you'd
what
like
I
to
was looking
investigate
for.
this place, tell me what you do.
I want to investigate the platform area.
Okay. Yeah, you go up to it. There's a small, about 8-foot wide platform. You look up. It's about 10 or 12 feet above you is the points of these stone kind of claws. Taking a look around, it seems fairly bare.
I'll pull out my jug of that silvery liquid, and I'll kind of pour out, like a liter of it, like a good amount,
Where at?
in the center of the platform, and see what it does.
Gotcha.
Riff
So, yeah,
is
you
going to
kinda
be
are
sketching
pouring
this
that-
place. Sorry, Riff is going to
What's
be
that?
Riff is going to be sketching this place in her book where she's been doing all the etchings and stuff.
Perfect. Yeah, easy enough. You grab a couple etchings from here, and
Yep.
you see that they're the same as some of the ones you have. You're beginning to pick up on some of those repeating patterns.
Okay.
Ball, as you kind of pour that liquid and it falls down, it falls and then kind of ebbs back up and just stays kind of hovering about 3 feet up in a like this ball, this little orb of liquid, just pulsating a little bit.
Guys, I think we might have something of interest here. This seems to be very similar to what we experienced at the Tower of Chaos. This liquid definitely has a reaction in this area specifically.
Can I get on the platform?
Yeah, it's about 8 foot wide, and now there's this kind of silvery liquid floating in the middle of it.
Okay, I
you know?
want to climb up.
Yeah, it's not like a tall platform or anything. It's about 6 inches from the desert floor. Some of the sand is kind of shifted over one side of it.
But I'm not floating now like the liquid.
No,
Okay. I'm going to push the liquid back over the ball.
You kind of put your hand through it, and your hand goes through, but it stays there. And you feel this kind of tingle in the center, like this kind of vibration.
A sensation. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to take a look up, and if I don't see anything, I'm hopping down.
All right. It's just open sky. Not much to see.
Okay, can I investigate the what you said there's a cage-like structure?
Yeah, you go over that. It's about 10 or so feet from one of the bases of these claws. It is about 8-10 feet long, about 4 feet wide. Go ahead and give me an investigation check as you're taking a look at it. It's all these long, curved silver bits of metal that make it up.
16.
16. You notice that there's more intricate metal work on the inside, and as you're kind of like pushing it and turning it and trying to orient it in what you think is the right way up, you get it set and like you're pulling on something and it opens up on a hinge, and there's a cavity inside, and you could swear it's a seat.
There's a seat inside?
What is that sound?
Oh, sorry. It's my window's open and someone's
okay.
mowing outside. I'm trying to
Gotcha.
mute in between me talking.
No worries. It was messing me up.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you look inside, and it's this like seat, like the legs would go forward quite a ways, but you do see like on the left and the right, there's like these armrests and a bucket seat in there, but it's made of that same silvery metal.
Can I take a seat in it?
Yeah. You're a little big for it seems. Like bulk wise, but the height is fine. You can kind of like you get a sense for the hinge. You could pull it down, and it would probably lock down on you. Not lock, but close down on you.
Okay.
No, you can easily get into it comfortably.
Do I see anything inside of here? Anything else that would? I don't know.
There's some other.
Does it seem like a prison cell or?
No, it doesn't give that vibe.
Are we about to send Wolf into space?
Yeah,
Seems like a mech suit to me, like a giant mech suit.
Right.
Yeah,
Is Wolf about to get a mech suit?
Gundam, dude.
Is this my Gundam?
What the purpose of this would be.
Or if you're a Pacific Rim fan, my Jaeger.
Or Front Mission from Squaresoft, bro. They were also called
It's-
Jaegers.
It's your
Shut
Ava.
up.
Oh no, they were Wanzers. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, get out of here, dude. You don't know your mechs. Gosh.
But yeah, with the way it is, it's tough to discern what, if anything, this does.
So there's no like lever inside or nothing that looks like it can pull other than the hatch.
You find some things, and they have a little bit of give to them. Some like small bits of metal that move back and forth, but they seem to kind of resist that movement.
Well, this is boring. And I get out and I walk away forever.
All right.
Mm. My interest has peaked. Caleb's interest has peaked.
I want to go ahead and check underneath the platform. I'll leave the liquid there for now.
Okay. You just want to take a look at the base of the platform?
Yeah, what do I see down there?
It's just this smooth stone with kind of spiral of runic designs that come out. As you kind of look at it, it looks like there's 3 specific spirals that are all intertwined.
Is there any kind of pattern or anything that kind of like points a specific direction that I can kind of recognize or see?
Give me an investigation check.
Guidance. $17.
17. You definitely you start to pick up on a couple of patterns where some of these same markings are similar next to each other. You see that there's a set of 5 of those kind of in the center, and a set of 7 of them just outside of that, and a set of 13 just outside of that.
Hey, Riff, come down here. You're into this weird patterns and magic stuff. I'm kind of seeing an interesting pattern. What do you think?
I don't know. What do I think?
So yeah, you kind of show them the same things that you're seeing. You let Riff onto the same investigation that you're proceeding with. Riff, you take a look at this. You're making some drawings of what this looks like, some of the runes that were already on here. The 3 rings, you get not a kind of magic that's being used, but the skeleton of what this might be used for. It looks like there's a central ring to cause some amount of levitation. There's a ring just outside of that, which infuses something, and then a ring just outside of that what would it be? That joins 2 things.
Levitation, infusion, and joining.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't say any of that out loud.
Never mind.
I'm just I'm sleuthing. Walking around. Does this look like any of the other stuff that I've taken etchings from like the other places, or that I've...
Yeah, you're trying to use some of the stuff. This is the information you've gained from that to try and ascribe some amount of sense to what you're seeing here. You kind of you've learned some of the letters, and you're trying to form those into janky words at this point.
Okay, so after sort of like flipping through my notebook and like walking around and sleuthing, then I will say out loud to Mr. Ball everything you just said.
So, levitation, infusion, and joining.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know. To me, it reads, it's like you got these two things, but then you have to have the third one in order to make the other two things work. But I don't know.
We have levitation occurring with the liquid upstairs or on the platform.
Uh-huh.
So that seems to be active.
Right.
What could the infusion be related to?
I don't know. I don't...
I would say that you assume most likely it's the thing that's levitating.
Okay. The thing that's levitating, maybe? That's my best guess.
Well, the way I create magic is through infusion. So perhaps if I put something that is infused with my magic into that levitating liquid, it could have a reaction. What do you think of trying that?
It's your magic, bud. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to stand back, though, just in case. And I'm going to take notes.
Yeah, okay.
In case it blows up. I'm a shadow monk of the age. Who knows when I'll come around again?
I'll go ahead and climb back up on the platform, and I'll take a gold coin out of my pocket. And I will infuse it with my magic and say the magic tinkering that I use. Right on the coin. Tell me your secrets, machine. And I'll flip it into the liquid and have it activate.
Heroically, Mr. Ball takes out a golden coin, infusing it with his magic, and casually flips it into the floating orb of liquid. What happens next? ...
What is the effect of the magic?
It's my magic tinkering that creates like a sound out of the inanimate object.
So you're having to make a sound.
Yeah, it's saying, "Tell me your secrets."
Gotcha. You flick the coin, it goes up in the air, flips a couple of times, and as it kind of passes through, it begins to say, "Tell me your secrets," and then falls on the platform below. It's kind of
With bated
Ball,
breath, nothing happens. The clink-clank of the coin is heard throughout the desert.
Ball.
And that's when I...
It appears that you are trying to do science. I think maybe we should bring in one of our chief scientists, Mr. Wolf, because I think he was investigating the cage, and you seem to be on something else. Could it be possible that the cage should be involved in whatever it is you're doing?
Oh, I don't know.
Here,
I'm happy to check it out.
Yeah.
Here, get this cage.
Yeah.
I'm infused with magic.
Can Mr. Ball? Can we put you in this cage here and put you on the riser?
I really hate putting myself in these kinds of situations. It's not the first time, you guys. Well, I've kind of brought it on myself in the past. Okay, I'll sit down.
All right.
To be fair, you wanted to investigate it, so...
Remember, I was a sheep once.
Ball. So you go ahead and get inside of this small silver cage. You can kind of pull the thing down. You feel the same thing. It's kind of a seat. You see some odd bits of machinery inside of it. You go to play with them. Not much happens as you do. It seems this is inert, if it is magical at all.
Can I turn the knob or whatever? You said there was some sort of gauge on it or something?
There's some levers on the inside of it, but as you try and give it some movement, it doesn't want to move.
Well, did we shut the actual latch to the cage?
Yeah, did we lock him in?
You kind of shut that cage down. You hear this locking sound.
Good.
And Ball, inside of there, you just hear just a low hum. Just a
We take his bag of
kind of
holding and
fade
take
out.
off.
But sounds like something magical.
Can we maneuver it onto the ruins?
Yeah, give me a strength check.
Cool.
I'll help.
Please.
Yeah,
Right,
go
I have
ahead and if you two want to go ahead and give me a strength check apiece.
He's back.
Yep. That's an 8.
Nate, okay.
Please, Mr. Wolf.
I got a 19.
There we
19.
go.
Yeah, easy enough. This is a metal machine, but it appears pretty light. You can kind of get it over and propped up, where you need to, and as you're trying to like turn it past one of these claws, you see that odd silvery liquid that's hovering in the center, kind of like a ferro fluid, just kind of pulls towards this odd cage. As you get it a little closer, it gets closer to it. You push it all the way. You guys keep going.
Yeah.
I look at Wolf and shrug my
Yeah.
shoulders.
Wolf is more responsible for it getting pushed forward. So
Yeah.
Scientists gotta do what scientists gotta do.
That's
yeah.
right.
Ball, you see yourself getting pushed closer to this thing, and that levitation, that magnetic kind of force begins to lift up and just lurches you forward into this liquid as the liquid comes towards and covers the entire shell of this thing, leaving open a viewing area right in front of you, and the whole thing begins to spark with energy. And those odd bits of machinery inside have got a bit of play to them, and you kind of fiddle around with them a little bit. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Hell yeah.
Go ahead and add your proficiency since you are an artificer.
Riff is taking all of this down.
Yeah.
She drew the circle symbols or whatever, and then she is dictating kind of like all of this in her journal or whatever.
Okay, that's 19.
Hell
19, okay. You get a good sense for how this might work. You've been in magical vehicles before, mechanical vehicles before. This has got a bit of levitation to it, and you've got kind of two things you can grab on either side. There's an array of buttons and levers in front of you. You're not sure what they do, but you think that these two kind of arm or hand maneuvering gadgets are going to give you some amount of force to maneuver this thing.
I want to pull them all the way back.
You pull them all the way back, and you shoot backwards, knocking Wolf and Scory down, and you are 50 feet behind you before you're able to kind of get them back in place. And
have
you
like a
see
UFO now?
as you stop, that liquid kind of goes back and then comes back forward in this odd movement of, like if you have water in a box or something, you push it and it just goes woof.
All right. Everybody, what do you think about this?
Ow.
Did we just figure out how to
Have a
drift?
spaceship, essentially.
Yeah, do we have a UFO?
I mean, that's what it looks like. You guys see, it's just this round silver object from your point of view.
Fucking
It's
Flight
just
of the
a mirror
Navigator.
on the outside with these flecks of pink and purple and green in there.
I am the greatest scientist alive.
Well, it seems to slosh around a bit, and the liquid doesn't seem to completely be filling it. I have more of that liquid in my jug. I think others of you have grabbed some of it as well. Maybe if we add more to it, it'll make it more stable.
I don't know. How much weight you think this thing can handle? And I tried to jump on.
You trying to jump onto it?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Riff writes
He
in
has,
her
like-
journal on this day, Mr. Wolf created flight through science.
That is a strong 12.
Well, you go to jump onto it and kind of grab, and it's not slimy, but it is slippery. and you just fall off the other side. Like you had a good placement. You were grabbing onto something. You were sure of it. It was going to hold your weight, but it just knocks you off like nothing.
I stand up, dust myself off, pretend like nothing happened.
I want to get kind of a feel for the controls, like just kind of slowly nudge it on the right side, slowly nudge it on the left side. Just kind of see how it handles, and I want to try to like land it on the ground.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check. This is just a straight intelligence check.
Okay.
If you're proficient in vehicles, I'll give you your proficiency.
That's going to be 20.
20. Yeah. You get a good sense for how this thing flies. And you go to land it. You kind of, or you go to like do kind of a loop. Try and figure out kind of what axes you can exploit. And you can kind of go up, you do a little barrel roll, and come back down and land. What you get from it, though, you kind of were trying to go in and do like a, 20 feet out, 50 feet up, 20 feet, 40 feet back, kind of little loop. You go up 200 feet in an instant and then back down. This thing has got a lot of giddy up on it, and it is hard to fine tune how much that you can get. It is powerful, but it is
unpredictable
in how much power you're able to ease onto it.
But I am able to land it,
and you land it into the sand. Absolutely.
Well, seems we have a new horse.
Go ahead and hitch that one to the wagons.
I'll go ahead and pull back. I'll go ahead and pull back the head positioner thing and see what happens.
The cage,
head positioner.
Yeah, the cage that goes over your head.
Oh, the lid. Gotcha.
Yeah.
The lid for it. Yeah, you go to push up on that, and as you do, the liquid all starts to flow back. As you push it up all the way to the top, it goes back behind you, and you kind of get out, and you see pulsing behind it. It has kept that liquid in a cavity inside of it. Looks like this
so
platform
cool.
is just to charge it up if it has been fully depleted.
I want to call everybody over. Like, guys, come here. This is really cool.
We should take this with us. It could come in handy, having a flying device that I have created.
I've kind of figured out some of the controls to it. It's very, very touchy.
We saw.
Maybe if someone has experience handling these kinds of things, I did okay with it, but I
think anyone has experience handling this. This is technology none of us have ever seen.
Far beyond anything I've seen flying machines that use magic in the past, but nothing like this. This is far beyond what I've used.
If it's anything like a boat, I might be able to help, but it doesn't seem to be.
Mr. Telbrun, can't you tell? It is exactly like a boat. I'm rather impressed it took you this long to speak up about it. I mean,
really, this is the first thing you're going to say in like 20 minutes?
You didn't know that was a boat?
Well, I feel like it has like some kind of charging capacity. I'm going to go ahead and release the rest of the silvery magic liquid into it from my jug. It's a large jug, Colorossi, if you remember.
Yeah, jug. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Carlo Rossi. I'll go ahead and do the math at a point in the future. Some testing of flying this will give you, your jugs per feet.
How many Carlo Rossis?
How many Carlo Rossis per mile?
Well, it all depends on who's in the White House.
Yeah. So yeah, what do you guys do? You've got an odd machine.
Is there space for anyone to ride inside of it, or
looks like it's just a single occupant, a single pilot?
Well, I don't think we can leave this behind.
it's way too interesting to leave behind.
Well, how heavy is it? I mean, if it flies, can it float? Can we hitch it to the back of the wagon?
You all got some of this magic liquid too, right? I mean, you could just add it to it, and we could just get it all the way there.
Now, Mr. Ball, I may not be a scientific man, but I know that if we add things to it, it's going to make it heavier. And I'm asking you how light
Well,
it is.
you have the fuel to weight ratio to deal with too.
Can we just put it on the back of one of the carts and get going?
That's what I'm wondering. Can we hitch it up on the wagon there? Can we?
Yeah, there's a fair amount of room in the second or the third cart that you've acquired.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm
Strapped into there.
gonna pick it up and put it in the cart.
Yeah, easy
It's
enough.
light
Pat
enough
gives
for
you a
him
hand
to pick up?
to kind of get it
For
maneuvered
me.
in there. Yeah, you can move it probably by yourself at least, a few hundred feet. It's heavy, but lighter than if it was made of steel. You get in the back of the cart, it kind of pokes out a little bit. There's just this silvery nose that pokes out of the curtains in the back.
All
Brad
right.
straps it down, and
Let's giddy up, boys.
you guys head off the trail using the map that you had before.
I'm so glad we investigated that.
Yeah, I thought you weren't going to investigate it, so I was like, we'll leave that for someone else.
You guys, if this is what we found at these ruins,
I swear to God, if you say
it possible?
Rock, I swear to God, I swear
I'm just saying it's possible.
to God, I knew it. As soon as Milo was like, "Oh, I'm glad we investigated this," I was like, "You son of a bitch, Milo! You son of a bitch! Why would you say that?" Okay, because instantly Caleb's gonna be like, "That floating rock."
Yeah, well, Mr. Silberman is right. This would make an excellent execution device, should it be necessary.
Why is Arthur so murderous now?
He has the rock thing, I have the execution thing. I was just trying to, steal it from him.
Okay, yeah, you want a thing. I get it. Okay. All right, fine. All right, if it'll shut you up, do we want to pass? If we pass by it, we want to stop this stupid floating rock.
Hey, have y'all ever seen that floating rock before? That is mighty interesting.
Well, we do seem to be on another path.
Boring.
Which we established earlier.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
It looks like we won't be able to go by that floating rock.
Maybe we'll roll it again. Maybe we'll roll it again. We'll get another floating rock.
I'm so bummed by this.
I'm so upset. Yeah, and I just take off.
Yeah,
All right,
you guys
let's go.
You guys are on your way. You go through the little underground passage to get to the open desert. You make camp for the night. Easy enough. If there's anything you want to do, go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, we'll proceed to the next day.
I got stuff.
Oh my god.
I have something that might just take a minute.
Okay.
I would like to cast Find Familiar and bring in my sweet-ass Invisible Imp.
All
You
right.
made a decision, have you?
I did.
An
All
imp,
right.
huh?
Yeah,
So-
you kind of looking into the night, and well, let's just say that this imp finds you.
There we go.
As you
Sexy.
kind of take this level, and you see just something flying in the night. You think it's a dragon flying off in the distance. As it kind of curves in, you kind of are gonna wake somebody because of it. But then you see these odd eyes that look at you, and they're these just little gold bronze colored eyes, and it gives you this sense of fun and curiosity. And as it gets closer to you, it's this odd kind of clay-skinned imp. It kind of
yeah.
walks up to you and gives you a little piece of parchment. You grab
I take it.
You read it, and it's from Adrian.
There we go.
Thought this might be of some use to you. He owes me a number of favors, and I thought perhaps those favors can be yours to take. Play nice.
Well, Mr. Imp, pleasure to make your acquaintance. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. That is true. A man of philosophy, I see. That's interesting. We all have a lot to catch up on over the days.
Sounds like your imp is drunk.
Imps do love alcohol, and they carry a potent poison in the body that sometimes can
that's
seem
canon?
to exhibit itself as an intoxicant.
Oh, okay.
All right, so yeah, you've got yourself a little imp familiar.
Hell yes. Oh yes.
Anyone else, or should we do ball?
I'll just do my
Actually,
Yeah. I mean, this is your guys' time. If you got something, tell me.
no, I don't have anything. Of course, I don't
Okay.
have anything.
I would have
If it's
done the. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if it's the next morning, obviously I do my ritual.
Yeah, go ahead. And yeah, when we've got a new morning,
that night,
write down the ritual.
I want to gather up everybody, and
It's a small camp.
in a small camp. You know, there's like 12 of us or something, besides prisoners. All right, so we've got this magical bag. I really want to start using it for stuff, but I don't feel comfortable reaching into it myself. This is a problem I have. The unknown can be kind of frightening. I like to explore it, but if I know that there's dangers present, I'd rather have someone else do it. We need to turn this bag of holding inside out. Is there anyone that wants to reach in there and expose its goodies?
I'll do it just so we can get this over with.
Oh, 100%
Yeah, I'll do it.
That
Yeah,
sounds like
I
a
don't
really
care.
awesome. Actually, that
It
sounds
seems
cool.
like
Me
none
too.
of us are scared of doing it. It sounds like you're the only one who's scared of doing this.
Why don't all of us put our hand in at the same time?
Yeah, like the Three Musketeers.
Like the Guardians
or one
of the
at a
Galaxy.
time. Or one at a time.
I just
That's
hold the
stupid.
bag out. Whoever grabs it, grabs it.
I'll grab it.
Grab it.
All right. The rest of the group begins fighting over who's going to pull the bag open.
Mr.
No
Wolf
one
grabs it, and then I grab it, but he lifts me up, so I'm dangling from it. I'm like,
Right.
ah!
I'll let Riff have it. I'll let Riff have it.
No, I don't think anyone knows who actually pulls it. There's too many hands going on. You pull it open, and this just foom of items begins to come out. These 3 scrolls pop out and land in the sand. Number of bags of gold fall onto the sand.
Scoop that
There
up.
is a book that shoots out and falls in,
Ooh.
and then like a round metal object kind of comes out and lands in the center. I'm going to go ahead and roll a D6. That's 3. You have 3 seconds before this explodes. Everyone give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Can I just disappear?
Can I jump into the
Suck.
shadows?
Jump in the shadows in what way?
Well, using shadow step, I just walk right into the shadows, and then I can pop out somewhere else within 60 feet.
Gotcha. Yeah. Shadow set. Yeah.
Wow,
sure.
cool
Easy
guys.
enough. If you
And I
got
got
it.
a natural 20, so
And I'm gonna
Oh,
miss
you were standing far away, so
Yeah.
you're good, Ball.
I'm gonna Misty step
You're
away.
Misty step. Okay.
Wow, cool. everyone had a cool. I have to do an athletic flip. Okay.
Where is everyone?
Yeah, everyone
Just
just
see me
goes,
like-
oh, wait, my magic disappeary stuffy.
Wolf, you're the only one standing there. Give me
I got a
dexterity
nat 20.
saving throw. Fantastic. Okay, so this
You
all
blind
this
the
stuff
bag
comes
with your
out.
with your axe.
The ball this ball goes into the ground, and you kind of just pick it up, and you're like, "There's a bomb," and you chuck it, and it just goes, and you see before it hits the ground, explodes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And from Gordon's cart, you just hear at least one person just laughing their head off, but muffled. But that's all that's in there, and you have a bag of holding.
gather up the book.
I
is the
want to.
first thing I would
Fuck
grab.
you! I wanted the book. I pop out
mean-
of the shadows and steal the book and disappear back in the shadows.
I would say easy enough to do. Riff is going to be able to get to the book before you, Ball, because
Yes!
you were keeping some distance away from this whole endeavor.
What do you think? Split the gold evenly, I assume?
Well,
Yeah.
we have other traveling companions too. I mean, we can't leave them out necessarily.
Sure, we can. There are others. We're the main group.
Yeah,
But they're on
We're
the
the main
with
characters
us.
of our story.
I mean,
Crag and Gallendale get a salary set to them. If you want to have, that salary increased, you can do that. But if you want to just keep the gold amongst yourselves, that's fine.
Yeah, like I assume that like Riff kind of like pays for Gallendale, like as if stuff comes up or whatever.
Actually, Willem takes care of the salary for
okay.
for all these extra people. There's a bunch of people back at the chateau that's on staff as well.
How about the soldiers? I mean, we have soldiers with us as well.
Oh, the ones that we rescued.
We share our gold with them.
They should be so lucky to still be alive.
So, how much gold in total would be divvied up between the 5 of us?
I think 300 apiece.
It is 1,500, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes!
so 300 gold apiece?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Sweet.
what is the likelihood that Alphonse does not throw a mutiny on the way back, knowing that we've taken his gold?
Let him. I'd love to end his life.
I would love that if you did that too, Riff.
Can I look at the contracts that he said were kind of done?
I want to look at those as well. Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and give me an investigation check on those.
Riff hops up on her cart.
Scoring?
Yeah, let's do.
I'm quite good at reading contracts.
Okay, I will aid you then, my friend. I'll hold it for you.
Riff hops up on her cart and starts reading that book.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and give me an investigation check as well, and we'll do yours next.
Yeah, that's going to be 30.
30.
Yeah.
You take a look at these contracts. You find the names of the soldiers, the companies that they were working for. You can get that information to whoever you see fit. These contracts were issued to soldiers of Usama. One of them, I believe, was issued to a mercenary company, not the ones that you have captured. They are shown as complete, but with that investigation check, you know that that's been falsified. There's been illusionary script that's been cast upon this,
shit.
and pretty good, actually. The spell work on this is really nice. To have it show that the contract has been completed, but obviously it's not.
I share that with Scory.
Interesting. And just out of curiosity, Scory pulls his mask down to see the illusion glow. To confirm.
Yep. You see illusion magic on the contracts there.
Interesting.
With that absolutely amazing, unbelievable roll, do I know where these contracts take place and whether or not they would be within, like, on our way back to the outpost?
It is two. So 2 of them are scouting. So you specific locations, you'd have to go find those locations. You're not entirely sure where they are. Most likely, whoever had the original contract had the information on how to get there. The 3rd one is for defeating Warforged, which you've done, but not while you're in possession of this contract. So it doesn't look like it caught. You may be able to get some money off of it, if you negotiate that with the taskmasters. Or taskmasters. Task assigners. Assignment taskers. That's what they are called.
Taskmasters. I like that.
No,
Task boys.
Taskmaster's like a Marvel villain.
The task
It's
boys.
The assignment masters.
We're the task boys.
Sorry. Riff, you are looking through this collection of notes, this book.
Mm-hmm.
What's the investigation check you got?
Oh, I got a 17.
17. You take a look. A lot of it is in Elvish, a real old form of Elvish, similar to Druidic and Sylvan. But after going through a couple of pages, a number of things are recognizable. And you start pulling out your own notes and kind of cross-referencing them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's at least 3 pages of this that have been pulled. Like, this is just a collection of pages pulled from other books. This isn't a book itself.
Okay.
There's 3 pages from like books that you've pulled pages from, notes that you've taken down.
Oh, okay.
Regarding the stuff that you've been searching for, what initially brought you to Usama. And as you're getting through, you're seeing these odd scrawled notes in the margins, and you realize this is your uncle's book. This is his journal. These are the notes that you've turned another page and you see, like, this was from a letter that you took from him.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
That's crazy.
And you're just kind of madly like searching through, trying to find what you can. And a lot of it is just mad writings. But the stuff that you have solidified is the same stuff in here, those like 3 pages. And it all deals with temples to a forgotten god is always the term that's used.
Okay.
Temples to a forgotten god in a city lost to time, and the notes are trying to find those temples. It's descriptions of where they are in regards to different landmarks, and you get a sense that a lot of those landmarks could be here in the wastes.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Do any of the landmarks, based off of their description or anything like that, anything that I may have just casually seen, like, oh, this fucking thing says there's a bouncing rock. Fuck, now we got to go to the bouncing rock.
Go ahead and give me a survival or a nature check.
You got it.
To try and correlate those things to things that you've already seen.
Crit foul.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, nothing peeks out at you. Though you do think maybe there is something next to that bouncing rock. You know, oh God, maybe.
Oh no. Yeah, I have a brief moment. I'm like, well, you know, Scory it is interesting. God damn.
But yeah, that's what you're able to
cool.
glean is some odd notes about temples to a forgotten god.
Okay, cool. I've got that. And
Okay.
and when you said it was like the thing that I came to town for, are you talking about the treasure of Aether?
Yes.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah. And the notes that you had gotten was a specific temple here in the wastes you were trying to find, and you've got some notes
That's
regarding
right.
that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Somewhere in the wastes, yeah, there's a temple that you're trying to decipher where it is. But this is a place that is hard to find what you're looking for.
Yeah. That's why we got that cool map. All right.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm gonna be like cross-referencing and doing as much stuff as possible.
Okay.
The rest
Yeah.
of the time I'm awake until everyone decides to go to sleep.
Easy enough. Anything else before the end of the night, guys? Not a thing.
Not for me.
I had something.
I don't have anything.
Just give me
All right.
like 20 seconds.
I guess I'll have my new imp, who I'm still thinking of a name for. I don't know what good imp names are. But anyway, I feel like I'll be like, bro, keep an eye on the place.
What if you called him Bobo Blast?
Bobo Blaster Bobo. Hobo Blaster. Thanks, bro.
See,
I
he likes
appreciate that.
I will go ahead and stuff the bag of holding back in place, and I'll put all of the 2,500 gold worth of magical components into it. And
Yeah. All you can open the boxes up, and the loose components you're able to stuff in there very easily.
And I'll put my my tools, my personal tools, into it, excluding my calligraphy tools, of course.
He doesn't get mine because mine's still on my cart, and that's where I am.
That's
so
right. Yeah, there was
he would
one-
have to
one
ask
that
for
was
mine, and I would tell him
on the
no.
other card.
So I put 2,000 gold worth
There you go.
of components. Yeah, it's in.
Okay. You guys have
I also need to talk to Ball.
You
Sorry.
are Ball.
I mean, Jane.
Okay.
That is who you currently are.
4 beers deep.
I mean,
Okay,
if you want to talk to Ball, you do that on your own time. If you know.
I haven't checked
Jane's
in.
there.
Yeah, I haven't checked in with what is it called? Where am I from?
Stalingrad.
Yeah. I haven't checked in with Emmett for a while. See if I have any, emails that haven't been read in like 6 days or something, or anything like that.
You manipulate the machinery of chain. You kind of open up the you reset the jailbreak that you did to him, so you can access the Sorengrad college, and like 15 audio messages begin playing all at the same time. You kind of like twist one of the things, and you try and like identify one of them, and it's one of the professors says, "I've heard you made it to Professor Tiernan. Please assist him in all matters that he needs. Relations with Usama must be kept at a high level now that they've defeated their enemy. Find out what it is in those wastes. We have been getting odd reports." And that's the only one that you're able to kind of zero in on before they're all just evaporated into arcane magics.
I tell Chain, I'm like, all right, we need to remember to keep up on these things. There could have been something lost in there that I really needed to deal with, but if you could report back to them for me, just what we found here, especially this strange silver liquid that seems to have an effect on us, and also ask them what would be the regulations regarding sharing aura with the people of Usama when they request it.
Liquid.
That's cool.
Aura trading protocols. All right, they might get back to you about that. They might remember. Okay. All right. So you guys go to sleep? You having a restful night?
I hope so.
I will
Okay.
have cast alarm, of course, before.
On your cart.
Yeah, I'm assuming we kind of all park them close, so just like it's
Yeah,
a
you do
20
kind of
foot
like
in
a
a
circle around the
radius,
fire.
yeah.
Yeah, wagon train style.
Yeah.
I'd like my imp to, be invisible and definitely keep an eye on the prisoners.
Gotcha. Just post them up there.
Yeah,
Easy enough to do.
Mr. Impy.
But yeah, you guys get a restful night's sleep. Easy enough to do. You wake up the next morning using the little topological compass. You grab it in the morning, and it doesn't seem to be working.
Our topographic map, our disc, seems to be malfunctioning.
That's peculiar.
Mr. Ball, you're the
Well,
tinkerer.
everything else seems to work on this magic silver liquid. Does anyone have any that can power it? I used all mine on that spacecraft thing that we
But
acquired.
can't you make more?
Not of that material, no.
I would like to save some of my liquid for Florian when we put his head inside of a warforged and bring him to life and grant him a new existence.
I'll take like a dab off of the top and then rub it on the mat to see if it does anything.
Yeah, seems like it takes about an ounce of liquid to power this.
Okay.
So yeah, it doesn't take as much as that vehicle, but it does need a bit of this silvery liquid to be powered. But once it gets that, it forms in the center, and it begins animating the dust and sand from around, and it gives you the same
Q.
thing. So if we want to get another
I got it.
Investigation check,
Oh.
and Crag will do the survival.
I don't want to investigate. I'm bad at that.
I'm on it.
Do you need another D100 roll?
That's what I was
No,
thinking to do.
if
Son
you
of a
succeed
gun.
on
And I'll
this,
give
we're
you
not going to
guidance,
have a
Milo.
random encounter.
Oh.
I got a
24.
Oh, better.
24. You compensate for Crag. Crag seems to be just maybe it's that you're taking over the tracking for this. He's just not wanting to help, it seems.
Kind of disheartened.
Yeah, He just says, you just tell me where to go and I'll go there, okay? If I'm not going to be looking at the land, then whatever. Just, I'll tell the horses where to go. They rolled a natural 1 on their survival.
God, he's really upset.
I try to console him the best a Warforged can.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to take real well, but he does his work just fine. And you're able to make quite a bit of a distance. You are probably a single day's ride away from the outpost by the end of the day. Taking these shortcuts that are shown to you on the map is easy to traverse this terrain. You're not having to make this odd snake-like path that you were before. It being about a day away, you'll probably get there tomorrow. Either tonight or in the morning, you would be close to a rock that floats. So as a group, what are you deciding? If you're going to go take a look at that, or are you going to go straight to
Execution grounds are nearing.
outpost?
Time to put the prisoners under the rock one by one.
Listen, here's my pitch. We got a UFO at the last one. Okay.
Yeah, that is true.
Why didn't you mention this the first time the floating rock was around? Oh, we could get a UFO. Sure, let's go check it out.
Done.
Riff is more inclined because as she's been traveling, she's been sort of like making her own map, like she's mapping the terrain, and she's kind of like basically from where they were, where they got the UFO to and she's been sort of doing this ever since, she found that when they looked at the book and stuff, she's like, oh, I should be mapping out this terrain because she'd completely forgotten about the whole thing of coming out here to look for the treasure of Aether. So now it's sort of like a landmark thing that she's trying to kind of put together.
Okay.
So her thing. Sorry, that was for Alex. But if we're gonna do a hand raise on if we should go see the bouncing rock, everyone raise your hand. 3, 2, 1. Looks
Wow.
Looks like we're going towards the bouncing rock, Wolfpack.
Definitely after getting the UFO, it's like, how can you not check out the bouncing rock?
The bouncing
Definitely
rock is an
after.
anti-UFO thing, and it just breaks it.
Yeah, it just sucks out.
Sorry.
It's like, no, what's magically pulling this thing under the rock? And the rock just starts smashing it.
Throw Scory in with the other prisoners. God damn.
Oh, but that would be cool because we could put somebody in the cockpit of it, one of the prisoners, and as it slowly gets dragged under there, we could make them divulge their secrets.
Oh God.
All right, let's go to the rock.
Yeah, first we got to get there, guys.
All right. Do you guys want to camp for the night, or do you want to go try and find it in the darkness?
I can't sleep. I'm too excited.
I'm just trying to imagine this bouncing rock on the topographic disc, like what it would look like.
Yeah.
We can just go straight there. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, no one.
Craig says, "Oh yeah, I remember where it is. I can get you there in like an hour. Don't worry
this
about
son
it."
of a bitch is gonna get us lost. His pride.
I want to help him.
You kind of keep an eye on his where he's going and look at the little map. He seems to be going the right direction as far as you remember it being. You're getting closer to the outposts, and you're coming up. After about an hour, you're coming up on this ridge. And what time are we at?
I don't know. He got up and left.
Got up and left.
It's got to be pretty close.
Yeah, we're pretty close. We started around 8.
That's right. Okay, cool. So yeah, you come up on this ridge, and a few hundred feet away, you begin noticing that there's something different from before. The rock is just past there, and ever so often you see it raise up and come down, but there's smoke from campfires. And as you get closer,
On top of it?
beyond the hill,
Oh.
so that you're kind of cresting up this hill, and there's this smoke from campfires. And as you're kind of getting closer, you can hear chatter. You can hear people talking.
It's a tourist destination.
You hear some kind of clanging, some metal on metal.
Oh shit.
Do you want to bring all of the carts up? Do you want to go in on foot? Do you want to send the imp
We
in?
should send in the imp.
Send the imp.
Gotta come.
You guys want to get a sneak peek on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I can
so-
communicate telepathically.
Well, I can
for,
also-
100 feet.
Yeah, that, and then also I'm very, very stealthy. So if we want to park we don't want to park on the
Let's-
crest. I can
Yeah,
kind of
let's park
hop over.
behind the ridge, and then let's proceed.
Honestly,
on foot.
we're so close. We could just send the Usama guys and the prisoners into.
Yeah, but then yeah.
Yeah, but what if
Yeah.
they escape?
Yeah, and if it's bad, then it's like we made more enemies.
And
so-
what if it's their friends
Yeah.
What if I have to go murder their entire? Anyway.
with my imp?
Oh. With my imp. I gotta imp
You
them.
guys all want to just park the carts and kind of stealth up there.
Yeah, I'll do a stealth check. I'll totally do that.
Yeah. Whoever wants to stealth up to the top there, go ahead.
They'll
and do a
have
stealth
to-
check.
I'm gonna
Brett.
stay down for sure.
I'm sending my invisible flying imp.
Send me.
Brett, they'll have to taste your imp hand.
Oh, get it? Oh God, that's so good. That's really good. Damn it!
I'm gonna turn into a giant elk and
That's
get
elk.
closer. Yeah.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
You know
Yeah.
those desert elks that everyone's been talking about.
I've got a hump. It's got a hump on the back.
Yeah, easy enough to have a hump.
I
What can
did
you
a
say?
24
Imping
stealth.
ain't easy, man. I get it.
Okay, one was good. One was good.
I liked it. I got a 24 for stealth.
24.
Yeah.
Who else is going up?
The elk.
Elk, what is a stealth
I'm not
check for me?
stealthing.
Okay.
I'm not stealthing.
Wait, does the elk need a stealth?
I mean, if you want to do it stealthily, yeah.
I
If
guess
you don't
I
want to do it
yeah.
stealthily, then just let me know and I'll consider that when I make decisions.
It'll be a hunting party, and the elk will be killed.
Yeah. As an elk, I got an 11.
An 11. Okay.
Oh, I guess my imp can roll.
If the imp wants to be stealthy.
He's got stats. Does he have advantage for being invisible?
Yes. We'll give him advantage.
Okay. All right. I guess that's 20.
20. Okay.
Modified 20.
So yeah, you all begin kind of cresting the hill, and as you get to the top, you look down and you see a small camp has been set up around where this giant boulder is, and you see it kind of it's in the air as you get up, and it comes down, and you hear this clink sound as it comes down and hits onto something below. As you get a little more height, you see there's this massive metal structure that it's hitting into, and you get a good look at it. It's probably 60 to 80 feet long, and it resembles a humanoid in form. And this rock is being levitated away from the chest area and then slams back down on it. And it clinks some massive crystal structure underneath. And you see just above that where maybe a head might be is just this blown out cavity with odd bits of metal, and
It's a giant robot.
it's a giant robot. And I think that is where we're going to leave it for today's episode.
Damn
Thank
it,
you all
this
for
is
joining
cool.
us around the proverbial podcast table. I've been your DM, Alex, and with me has been...
Dash is Thrakus.
Bentley Michaels is Reverian Night Meadow.
Red is Arthur.
Caleb is Scory Telbrun.
In Milo's bowl.
Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.